what is the purpose of observing the shapes of nature? Mathematics is the subject to uncover the secrets of nature. The desirable way of studying mathematics is a series of training process to discover the secrets of nature. Therefore, the mathematics textbook must contain the stories from which understanding nature, humans, and society is possible. Developing mathematical formula and solving problems are just a small part of a huge iceberg called math. However, most of the people tend to regard it as everything about mathematics. The very start of studying mathematics is finding unique designs of nature through observation. It means that getting close to nature is the beginning of the ideal mathematics study. Mathematics is highly related to happiness. Humans are a part of nature, and nature knows the secrets to make people happy. If you have fully experienced nature, now it is important to understand the people and society in the world you have never lived before. Mathematics provides an account of how creative the life of a person was, how respectful the person's death was, and a wide range of knowledge in humans and society. Plants and animals, components of nature, show their own characteristics by their unique designs. To find out these distinct designs they have, it is necessary to observe nature carefully first. If you look very close to them, their unique designs will be revealed. Discovering unique designs represents that you are getting somewhat closer to the secrets plants and animals have. The traces of their lives in the past are recorded in the unique designs. The secrets of their production, life, and extinction, death, are contained in them. The unique design is a kind of language through which plants, animal and humans can communicate. The reason why you feel the beauty of nature is because the world of symmetry lies within it. However, would it be still beautiful if the world we live today is solely consisted of symmetries? Of course, when you first encounter symmetry, you may feel it beautiful. In a little while, however, you will soon get tired of the same shape. The reason why you find nature beautiful is because symmetries and asymmetries are coexisted in harmony. To observe does not only mean to see what lies just in front of you. The proper way of observation is to find out what the elements of nature look like and what the rules are in them. In some cases, you have to take a look at an object from up close or from far away. A line drawn with a pencil on paper looks smooth from far. When you see it more closely with magnifier, however, the line looks uneven, cracked, and bumpy. When looking down from the sky, you feel as if a coastline is streamlined smoothly, even though it actually is very rugged. A lot of similar shapes among many parts of nature is revealed when observation is made in a close or far distance. All the elements of nature resemble one another like the shapes of lightning in sky and river stream look alike. Thus, the more you have experience in nature, the better you find elements looking similar. You will also get ability to visualize things in head that are not seen right away. Nature, humans, and universe all look alike as if knowing the secrets of human body provides clues to untangle the mysteries of universe. The title of a book dealing with mathematics topics discussed here would be Beautiful Images in Nature. Of course, the essence of mathematics is to find out the secrets of nature. Happiness is deeply related to the secrets of nature. What really makes people happy? Would it not be nice if it is possible to take care of delicate emotions humans have and ease the feeling of loneliness? Would it not be also good to live long and healthy? If these are possible, happiness is not far away. The high-end technology put happiness for humans first. Mathematics is the source of every high-tech industry. Therefore, the level of a country's mathematics skills is equivalent to the level of a country's competitiveness. Today, all developed countries have achieved exceptional level of mathematics. To be regarded as a subject of mathematics, unique designs discovered from observing nature need to be drawn into a picture first. Studying mathematics starts from finding out unique designs nature have through observation. The reason for studying these topics of mathematics is to know why an object interested looks like that, what happens to it if it does not look like as it is, and where its shape can be applied to. Of course, finding the secrets of nature does not end in drawing a picture. It has to be able to put numbers and languages on every picture, and also create a predictive program by discovering rules. What are the logical evidences behind the various shapes in nature? How was it possible for Homo sapiens, who is small in body size, to overtake Neanderthal, who had strong shoulder and strength, and become the progenitor of the modern human beings? Would it not be the alliance served as a key role? It is assumed that Homo sapiens allied themselves with wolves. Because they sought the same prey, they put effort together for hunting and shared the foods. Of course, Homo sapiens was the one that distributed the share. Anyways, how did these primitive people live without handy tools? They did not have sturdy fangs and sharp claws like animals. They did not even have strong legs to run fast. However, the primitive people had wisdom to make tools with stuffs found in nature. Of course, it did not mean that they created what they had never seen in the world they lived in. They started to mimic and build simple tools based on the shapes in nature. The primitive people ground stone to make its shape like a bird's beak and used it as arrowheads and spears. They also exquisitely sharpened stone and created axes and harpoons to use them when hunting and gathering. Arrowheads, spears, stone axes, and harpoons are all shaped like triangle with pointed and sharp end. Thanks to this triangular shape, the primitive people were able to kill animals at once and the thrown tools could fly straight. The shape of a bird flying in the sky looks like a triangle. It holds the triangular posture to fly faster and straight in the wind. Airplanes flying up in the sky also look a lot like birds. Airplanes have pointed heads and two symmetrical left and right wings like birds. Of course, airplanes cannot flap two wings to move forward as birds do. However, their long, slim, and round body resembled like birds allowed them to fly smoothly through the wind. If a bird cannot move because one of its two wings gets hurt, it cannot fly straight in the sky, nor can they hunt prey on the ground. If one wing fails to function, airplanes cannot also fly straight, and in some cases, they may fall. Airplanes today, however, have devices helping them fly straight without falling for a wall even if one wing is broken. Fishes living under the sea also have long, sharp, and round bodies like airplanes. The sharp and pointed head helps them swimming forward, and their long and round bodies make it easy to slide freely in the water. The body of fishes and its birds are alike. The reason why fishes in the water and birds in the sky move straight is because their bodies are in symmetry. Fishes with two fins attached to the bodies can swim straight like birds with two symmetrical wings can fly straight. There are, of course, some fishes whose bodies are asymmetry. Most of the fishes have one eye on each side, but halibuts and flounders have both eyes on one side. What makes nature more beautiful is the harmony of the various shapes contained in it. Nature is the world of harmony and balance in which symmetries and asymmetries are coexisted together. Airplanes were made based on the shape of birds flying in the sky. So, what is the scientific principles that makes airplanes flying up in the sky? It is life, the vertical force that an object in the fluid received. What is fluid then? Fluid has properties that flow easily and have no fixed shapes. It is flexible to change the shapes like liquid and gas. Lift is generated from high to low pressure, which is the reaction to the force to push down the fluid that touches an object. When an object with wings like airplanes is placed skewed toward where the fluid flows, the force, lift, is generated perpendicular to the direction of the fluid flows and makes it floating in the air. The reason why airplanes' wings lift their bodies up in the sky can be found here. For example, try to hold the ends of two corners of paper with both of hands and blow air over it. Then, the paper hung down will be lifted up a little. This force is the lift. The lift acts from high to low pressure. When the wind blows hard over a piece of paper, the amount of air right above the paper will be reduced. Low air means low pressure. Therefore, lift is occurred below the paper where the pressure is relatively high and raise up the paper. Then, what is the scientific principle behind boats floating in water? It is buoyancy. Buoyancy is the force that makes it possible for an object to float in the water or the air. Thanks to buoyancy, people swim, and fishes and heavy ships floats in water. Buoyancy refers to the upward force that occurs when the whole or part of an object is immersed in the water. The force is same as the weight of the water displaced by the immersed object. Buoyancy can be easily measured when putting an object in the water. It is the same as the weight of the water displaced by the object. When you put wood stick in a glass cup filled with water, the water overflows. The weight of overflowed water will be equal to the weight of the wood stick. It means that the weight of the wood stick and its buoyancy are the same. When the weight and buoyancy of an object are equal, it floats in the water. If an object weighs more than buoyancy, it sinks. This is why iron sinks in the water. In the 3rd century BC, Greek philosopher Archimedes found that buoyancy is equal to the gravity acting on the fluid displaced by an immersed object. It is famous that Archimedes discovered this principle in bathhouse and ran out into a naked body shouting, "Eureka!" To ships or submarines float on water, it needs to have a large space to hold the amount of water equivalent to their weights. This is so that flotation forces caused by buoyancy overcome its own weight. The bigger the balloons are, the better they float in the sky. To what extent should a person's body be inflated to be able to float well in the air by buoyancy? When Edison was a child, he actually did this experiment, which was very dangerous. To achieve buoyancy to make a person floating in the air, his body needs to be inflated as much as a balloon with a diameter of 5 meters. What is expected if this really happens? Its result will be catastrophic. Can people be really happy if they follow the laws of nature? Mathematics is the subject to uncover the secrets of nature. The desirable way of studying mathematics is a series of training process to discover the secrets of nature. Mathematics helps to mimic and utilize the various features living organisms have through observing nature. Nature is the best teacher for people. Living organisms have evolved over 3.8 million years and developed tremendous capabilities in terms of survival. These abilities have become a source of intellectual inspiration to people. By understanding how nature works and how to mimic it, the high-end technology can be invented. It is called biomimetics, imitating living organisms' features and mechanisms and applying them to technology. It is a technology that reinterprets the best features of living organisms with the skill of modern science. Because biomimetics is environment-friendly technology found in living organisms in nature, it is also called blue technology. Biomimetics is a technology that mimics appearances, structures, and living mechanisms of organisms and utilize them scientifically. Beneficial technologies can be also found in inorganic matters. Biomimetics, therefore, can be referred to a technology of replicating nature from the perspective of learning from inorganic matters. People developed technology from imitating and applying the features of nature long ago. At first, they just used what they could get in nature. For instance, they made knives or spears out of animals' sharp teeth or bones. They also split or ground stones to make more sturdy tools. There were also times when people used the principles hidden in nature other than just used what was given to them. They saw a tree floating in the water and made a raft, and made clothes with silk from cocoon. Like these examples, people always have developed new technologies using the features or principles of nature. Mathematics is a study of discovery and observation, not invention. If the secrets of nature are found, machines and technologies making people happy can be developed. This is the great power of mathematics. Although people cannot discover the secrets hidden in nature, they still can be happy by following the ways of life and death of nature. Creative lives of people and the survival ways of nature are similar. The feathers of a bird are shaped like a round pillar with a hollow inside. Thanks to this shape, the bird can enjoy two benefits. Because it is empty inside, it can reduce its weights. Also, the hollow can be filled with air and maintain heat. The heat released from the bird's body is kept in the hollow, so the bird can keep its body warm. Fluffy down on the chest and back of the bird creates an air layer between its skin and the feather, preventing the body from getting cold. One of the examples that utilizes the benefits of feather is a coat or blanket filled with a duck or goose down. They are light and great at keeping heat. Leonardo da Vinci, well known as an artist, carefully watched birds flying. He realized that wings are required to fly in the sky. He drew a blueprint of an airplane based on the shape of a bird. Although the airplane he designed was not actually built, his attitude of trying to get inspiration from nature and realizing dreams humans have can be appreciated. As a result, today's airplanes look very like birds. An arrow has a pointed arrowhead at one end and feathers at the other end. The way of the arrow flying reminds of birds flying in the air. It is because an arrow is modeled after a bird. The pointed arrowhead like a bird's beak helps the arrow fly far. Like two wings of a bird, the feathers on the other end allows the arrow to go straight towards the target. People began to build ships based on the shape of a fish. The sail and the rudder on a ship act as the fins of the fish. When changing direction, the ship uses the wheel. When turning the wheel, the rudder in the back of the ship rotates. The rudder is similar to the fins attached to the body of the fish. People also built submarines by using the principles of airbag called air bladder inside the fish. When putting air into the air bladder, the fish floats. When taking it out, it sinks into the water. The water tank attached to the submarine acts like the air bladder of the fish. Like this, there are essential principles in nature that make people happy. If there are people who want to create something, all they need to do is ask nature. Nature is ready to give out everything people want. As it's mentioned many times already, biomimetics is a combination of bio, which means life, and mimesis, which means imitation or mimicry. In Greek, it is a discipline that studies and imitates the design elements or the characteristics of living organisms in nature. Among the efforts of people to imitate nature, the most familiar one is Velcro. In 1948, George de Mestral invented it by looking at Spanish needles that have hooks on the fruit skin and cling to animal fur. The way a Velcro works is that a side with hooks attaches to the other side with bristles. The invention of Velcro provides people a very convenient life. Buttons and zippers on many products such as clothes, shoes, and bags were replaced by Velcro. Recently, it has been used to hold objects in zero-gravity spaceships. Its uses keep expanding. The development of nanotions has brought huge changes to the biomimetics. Until recently, athletes wearing full-length swimsuit at the Olympics or swimming championships were often seen. The high-end technology imitating the fins of a shark can be found in the full-length swimsuit. Sharks can swim at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour in the water with their fins with little bumps that reduce the water resistance. This principle was applied to the swimsuits. Athletes could reduce their record by 0.2 seconds in 100 meters by wearing this full-length swimsuit. However, wearing it got banned in international championships since 2010 because athletes tended to rely on it to win rather than cultivating their potentials. When the rain falls and moistens the whole world, only the lotus leaves do not get wet but let water droplets slide by. A phenomenon that an object does not get wet and dirty like the lotus leaves is called lotus effect. What is the reason water droplets fallen on the lotus leaves just slide down? When magnifying the leaves, you can see the little bumps covering the surfaces of the leaves. These countless little bumps decrease the surface area of lotus leaves in contact with water. When the surface tension is large, the surface contacting with water usually becomes smaller, and the surface becomes less wet. However, in the case of lotus leaves, the surface contacting with water is reduced by small bumps instead of surface tension. The high-end technology mimicking lotus effect is already widely used in people's lives. TV shopping channels sometimes sell functional pants that are not soaked when muddy water poured on, and easily become clean again after shaking off the water. The secret of textile used to make clothes that do not get wet and dirty is tiny lins attached on the surface of the textile. The paints with the lotus effect can be easily removed or and cleaned simply by rain or water spray. A German company used lotus effect and invented a technique of coating the surface of a ceramic toilet bowl. By using this technique, the company could successfully manufacture toilets managed hygienically and smoothly water flushed. There is no one pose a counter-argument that nature works in harmony of male and female. it is natural that male and female are attracted to each other. It might be that nature is beautiful because of the harmony of male and female. Pheromone perfumes are the successful examples of commercialization applying the laws of nature. Pheromone is substance that animals secrete when they exchange information. It is because of pheromone that causes ants to gather around foods in an instant. Animals in the mating season also secretes pheromone to attract the opposite sex. For this reason, people often think of pheromone as a love potion. In the case of humans, it is known that pheromone function is almost degraded due to the development of many different senses. Nevertheless, what did make a great success of pheromone perfumes? In fact, even the first manufacturer of pheromone perfumes was not also sure about the success. However, it got successful because it was made from the great idea that figured out the instinct hidden inside people. The huge hit of this product was possible because it bridges the human nature seeking comfort and pleasure and the instinct of animals missing the opposite sex. In order to make something that makes people happy, it is necessary to exactly understand the common interests of people have.